Abuja today, different person. You know the name that Killer K. Killer K is in the building, y'all. Abuja today, he has a very interesting. Hey, Killer Mama in Kabro for sir. What is it? Abuja ne wa Killer K of here. Killer K person me Kabro for. This is capital tactics. It won't happen. What is it? You know what different story or very interesting story. You will enjoy. Killer. What's happening? What's happening? Yes, now you know I gotta speak, you know, like American man. You know what I mean? Okay, Killer, hit us with the story you have for us today.
Well, I've got just a couple of highlights here. So, a little about myself and my background here.
Sure.
You know, so I started as the lowest ranking in the military. So, you have the enlisted and then you have the officers, right?
Yeah.
So, I started with the lowest ranking guy coming in the military. So sometimes people wonder, wow, how did you make it there? You know, it's hard work, dedication, and perseverance.
Sure.
So that's that. So as an enlisted infantry guy, I had great mentors. I think we talked about that. But as an infantry guy, I'm black. I have an accent, and I'm from Africa. So those three strikes always works against you, regardless of who you are. And all the Ghanaians or even the Africans that in the U.S. Army still works against them. All right. So I had to perform, or we have to perform, and I'm speaking on behalf of them, right? So we have to perform twice as hard.
Yeah.
You know, to prove ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So that's that. So as an enlisted, transitioned over, became a commissioned officer, and because at some point I felt like I could do better. You know, I've helped officers make it to the next rank, and I figured why not get commissioned, right? So I went in, I got my commission, and I wasn't smart enough. So in the Army, it is said that infantry guys are the dumbest, all right? But it's not true.
Okay.
But that it's just, you know, it's a thing they say. So I wasn't smart enough, and I went back in as an officer to be 11 Alpha, which is still infantry officer.
Okay.
All right. So with an infantry officer as a second lieutenant coming in, which is a bar, I had 45 soldiers.
Under you or
under me?
Oh, okay.
Right. So the company level will have 4 platoons, right? And each platoon will have a platoon leader.
So the platoon, that is military term. In Ghana term, it's called a group.
No, it's still platoon.
No. I'm talking. The term people will understand. Platoon is military talk. We don't know platoon.
Right.
Platoon. So it's more like a group of all.
Yes, your men.
Okay. Nice
Yes,
one.
your men. You know, so my men under the company. So the company have 4 platoons. 4
Okay.
groups of
Yeah.
people, right?
Now I understand. Yeah.
So each group, each platoon have leaders.
Okay.
So the lead will be a lieutenant and an NCO, a non-commissioned officer.
Okay.
Right. So the lieutenant will have a sergeant first class in terms of the rankings, right?
Okay.
Will be a sergeant first class. So they will control. I have 45, right? So that's my right hand man was my NCO.
Okay.
To help me. And then I report to the company commander, who is a captain.
Okay.
All right. And then my right hand man reports to the first sergeant, who is the company's commander's right hand man.
Oh, okay. Nice one.
So the company commander will make decisions with the right hand man, first sergeant.
Okay.
I will make decisions with my right hand man, the platoon sergeant.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it goes down like that. So I had 45 men, and similar to the training that you did this morning, it is not just me, myself, and the platoon sergeant. It's our responsibility that our men are fit enough.
Okay.
All right, they're mentally ready. You know, and it covers everything. All right, it's not just about their physique, their well-being also.
Okay.
Genuinely caring for these soldiers. You know, picking up the phone, calling them, hey, what's going on? Everything okay with you? Because these men will not be top-notch if they have issues at home.
Yeah.
So you are involved in everything. You want to be involved in everything. Making sure they're good to go. And making sure they are combat ready. So the soldiers' always mindset has to be combat ready.
Yeah.
All right. Deployed with my men to Afghanistan. We first went to Shajoy, which was it's actually the northeastern side of Afghanistan.
Okay.
Shajoy was very, very bad. So as a platoon leader coming in, all right, when I got to Afghanistan, I'm looking for a job, right? And they just told me, hey, one of the lieutenants just died.
Hey.
Yeah. But you know what? You go take his platoon.
Wow.
Right? So this was 1 Fury, 82nd Airborne Division, 1 Fury. And it was Alpha Company, 1st Platoon.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the
No, don't worry.
but I've given you enough information.
Yeah, we don't even need the specifics.
So yeah, great guy. He was a West Pointer. He passed and they said, hey, Kojo, you next. So just imagine that mindset, right? Like you taking over guys. I have my guys already, right? But we had no mission set yet for us. And they said, hey, Kojo, now you leaving, you taking that platoon.
Wow. You haven't trained with them before?
I haven't trained with them.
You don't know
right? I don't know them.
Okay.
But now check this out. I showed up and I was the only black in the whole platoon. That platoon had 58 people.
Instead of 45?
Instead of my 45 that I had, right?
Okay.
So that platoon has been plastered. And I'm the only black. And I was the first black Ghanaian. I usually say the 3 strikes, right?
All right.
So, a man with an accent, black, and from Africa. So you can imagine the challenges you go through. So the expectation there was extremely high.
Yeah.
Because for one, they just lost the platoon leader.
Yeah.
So emotionally, they're not there yet. They're not. So you have to come in, grieve with them at the same time, get their minds ready that hey, we're still in the fight.
Yeah.
You know, and it's tricky how it's a leadership test.
Yeah.
You know, because
this is not just mere practice. This is war zone. War
zone, yeah. And they're still grieving. They're still grieving their guy. You know, so I came in. I had a great platoon sergeant, and he helped me a lot. But the problem there was they just lost their leader. With that grievance, they want revenge. Everyone always want that type of, you know. Yeah. But then you have to control your men because we're professionals.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go out there and, you know, wild out. You're still professionals, and we have to stay focused on the mission. We did that. Shajoy, we got into a lot of firefights. Yes, that I remember very well.
Okay.
A lot of firefights. It was so bad that guys were finding it difficult to deal with things. Some of the guys, some guys, it became the norm to some of the guys, and I think personally, as a lieutenant coming in, I failed in certain areas, and I say that to say that the army gets you to a place to say, hey, shut up, suck it up and drive on. You know?
Yep.
Oh, my leg, man, shut up, drive on. Right? Oh, I'm tired. Man, shut up, drive on. So you get to that mindset, and you have young guys, 18, 19, 20, 21, guys, some straight out of high school. Some cannot even drink alcohol, but you give them a gun to look at somebody else and shoot them. You know what I mean? So you could just imagine.
Yeah.
And so an individual that has been doing this after some time, it becomes the norm.
Yeah.
Right? So the first few months, you know, you get into firefights, you kill a couple of people, and it's like, oh man, did I just do it? So it's getting to you, right? Yeah. And then you go back out on a mission again, and then you do it again, and it becomes the norm, right? Yeah. At the same time, you're also losing men. So you're grieving, and you know, so the body and the mind gets to a position that it suppresses the pain.
Okay.
You know, so it becomes normal, right? And that's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing, yeah. Because
PTSD starts.
Yeah, no one should be comfortable with, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, out of that 58, did you lose any men during that time?
Yes. So, with that platoon, we lost 8 guys.
Wow.
Yes. It got so bad. During that time, our mission changed, right? So, we had to come to Kandahar.
Okay.
All right, so our platoon moved from Shijoy to Kandahar, and my guys coming to Kandahar, we weren't really happy because Kandahar it's a big city, all right. But our mission in Kandahar has changed. It was like holding hands, shaking hands, and kissing babies. You know, instead of after what you've done for 6-7 months, now you have to switch it and come to a different area and then do something else. So it was difficult transition for the guys, you know, for me as well, because I tell this man, shut up, drive on. We're all dealing with that. You know what I mean? So then we came to Kandahar. My platoon, which is One Fury. I was still in One Fury.
Okay.
Delta Company. So. And AT3, that was my platoon.
Okay.
All right. AT is anti-tank.
Okay.
So the way the army structure is, and the way they position leaders, they will put in the Delta Company will be your most experienced guys. They're pretty much your most experienced killers, right? To manage that, because they have the biggest weapons.
Okay.
You know, they have the anti-AT, anti-tank weapons. They have the 50 cals. All the other platoons may have just light weapons, right? So they may have the 240, the 249, which is pretty much spread across, which is the saw, right?
Okay.
You may know it as the saw. So the 240 shoots a bigger caliber, right? Which is a 7.62.
Bigger than 50 cal.
50 cal is huge.
Yeah. That's I've seen a couple of videos. Man,
50 cal is huge. I mean, the round don't even have to hit you, but it will.
Someone can throw it to your head and you are dead.
All right, so I was in that platoon, and then my platoon took Mir Bazaar in Afghanistan, still there.
Okay.
The time my platoon took that patrol base, it was said there haven't been boots on the ground for 5 years. U.S. boots on the ground for 5 years. So you can imagine how infested that place is with the enemy, right? So they used to not seeing U.S. boots on the ground. So when we got that mission, I was like, holy crap, Mir Bazaar. And we were disconnected from everybody. And the reason I'm telling you this story, if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see a picture of me, and then we arrested this guy. So we were so far disconnected from everyone. In Mir Bazaar, the patrol base, we had nothing. We were sleeping outside on
the streets.
Anywhere under our trucks. This is how we get our food. Our food get airdropped.
So people can't even get in.
No.
Wow.
Our food, so we coordinate that, right? So in our trucks, we have ways to talk back to headquarters, right? And then we, of course, we have our radio systems also. So we coordinate that, and then we'll go out and we'll set up LZ. Well, LZ is landing zone, right? We'll set up an LZ, and the bird will come, right? They won't land. As they transition, they'll drop it off.
Okay.
Right? And then we'll send guys out. A squad will go out. They'll pull security, make sure the area is safe. They'll get the food, and then they'll bring it.
Wow.
Yes.
So this time you were working with your actual
men. Yes. My actual men.
Okay.
So I moved from Alpha Company, that platoon. When we came to Kandahar, I went back to my main men, the guys that I've actually trained with. So in Kandahar, our mission set was to lock down the city. It wasn't my mission. I was part of the mission. So the battalion's job was that. It was also to train. At the time, they still call them ANCOP. Okay, now what ANCOP is or supposed to be, they're supposed to be the SWAT team, like the SWAT team, the elite. Yeah. But these guys, you can't just trust them, man. I mean, they're looking at you, and you can see this guy's giving you the face look like, I want to kill you. And you can tell, you're like, but he's smiling on your face. You know? So that's that. And in Shajoy, we arrested that guy that I talked about on my Facebook page. Yeah. And we brought him to the headquarters. The headquarters at the time was ANCOP headquarters. Okay. And so
in Iraq,
Afghanistan, right? So as we approach headquarters, now this part of the story is where we lost a lot of people. You can still read about this on the newspapers, online. You could go online and you could look at ANCOP attack in 2010, and you'll see One Fury. That was us. We were down there on the ground. Okay. All right. So as we come into the gate, we started hearing like firefights, right? And we heard a couple of banana grenades, you know, pineapple grenades going off. And it's unusual to hear stuff like that at the headquarters. You know, it's like strange, because the headquarters is also embedded with the Afghans too. Yeah. You know, they're all there. Okay. And sometimes they turn on you. So we coming in the gate, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. All we hear is a lot of firefights. It's like, okay. So immediately I told my guys to lock cordon. We call it cordon, right? So to cordon a building or a place, right? So since this is not square and it's circle, right? We'll have one truck stage here, another truck stages here, but they can see each other. Okay. And then
so one truck stays
right. So since it's a circle, right? We can
so normally you are talking about a square.
Yeah, let's say a building. Okay. This is a building, right? Okay. So depending on the number of trucks that you have, right? You could have one truck stage here, right? And sector of fire will be here and here. Okay. You can have another truck stage here. Sector of fire will be here and here. So the building is actually locked down 360. Okay. If you want to use 2 trucks. If you want to use 4 trucks, you could have one stage at everyone. No one comes in, no one goes out. Okay. But however you do it, it has to. That's what we call
360.
360 security. Court on the building, right? So once I sent my men to court on the building, because we didn't know what was going on, right? But then I had report, and then I went through the main door with a little squad. And then I heard on the radio that the back building has been breached. The back wall has been breached. So this is the main entrance, right? So this is the main entrance. Okay. I had the guys caught on the building, but then I got a report from this guy and this guy that this back wall has been breached. Okay,
which means people have already died there.
Entered.
Okay. But we have to kill the people standing there before you can.
No, there's no one standing there. So the base. So if this is the base, they have big, thick, huge walls, really high, to protect the people in the base. Okay. Right. Yeah. The back wall has been breached.
Okay. The wall.
The wall has been breached, and the gap in the wall is like the entrance here, right? Yeah. So when I heard that. And then they gave me a report that Sergeant Major was on top of the tower. So as this is, you have towers, right? Yeah. And there will be soldiers on top of those towers. Sergeant Major was on this tower shooting. Okay, if it gets to a point when a Sergeant Major have to shoot,
then there's
a problem. Yes.
That's usually not his job.
That's not, Okay. There is a problem. All right. So as we come in here, and then that's when we saw people like running around, and we could hear firefights, but we didn't know who is fighting who. Yeah. We also started hearing some explosives. So what had happened was there was a suicide bomber strapped with enough explosive. Blew himself out beside the wall,
Yeah.
causing the breach.
Yeah.
And then there were 8 insurgents, all had suicide vests.
Wow.
AK-47, a whole lot of grenades. And their intent was to shoot anyone here, and then when they ran out of ammo, they'll blow themselves out. So again, you go online, 2010, One Fury, Kandahar, NCOP attack. All right, that was us. So there's a lot of commotion here going on. I had a buddy who is from, his name is Decker. He's now a captain. He's from Congo.
Oh, okay.
He's from Congo.
African, okay.
So yeah, Decker was in there at the time.
Okay.
You know, and I guess there was a suicide bomber blew himself out not too far from Decker's location. Just threw Decker away. You know, Decker fell all dazed out. Got back up, and at this time I could see. I didn't see the guy blowing himself out, but I just saw the splatter, the blood, the body, you know. But I didn't see the guy actually setting it off. Yeah. But I saw all I saw was the splatter in the blood, and I saw Decker just taking off, right? Yeah. And he hit the ground, and I'm like, oh shit! And I'm running towards Decker. Decker grabbed his weapon, and his weapon was bent.
Damn.
Yeah. And man, this is tough. And he was all dazed out. He didn't know, but the mindset as a soldier, he thought he was still in the fight. And there was still firefights going on. Decker took his gun and he still thought he could shoot. Yeah. You know, and then there was another suicide guy coming out. And that guy actually, I saw him because he threw a grenade, pineapple grenade, to our commander. Our commander at the time was Lieutenant Colonel Oaklander. Okay. Yeah, another brave guy, man, and that's why I put their names out there, you know, also to show validation, right? Yeah. So, and that guy has balls. Yeah, they threw banana grenade trying to get to his room. Colonel Oaklander, he's now retired, a West Pointer, Ranger Tab. I appreciate the opportunity he gave me because he gave me a job when, you know. But anyway. He came out and he had highs on and he was really commanding the battlefield. And so the guy that threw the grenade trying to run backwards, and I clipped him. I took him down because quick. I clipped him down, took his weapon. I knew he was done because I clipped him right in the head. Move his weapon and then move Decker into the tent. Okay. You know, to take cover for Decker to get to himself. You know, and when Decker came to, I gave the guy's weapon to him, and then, you know, we went back out, we spread it out, and we took those guys out. But in that conflict, the U.S. Army lost their second Army chaplain. Okay. The first one was years ago during the World War. Oh, okay. All right. They've never lost a chaplain assistant. Correction. A chaplain assistant. He was black.
So what is the job of a chaplain assistant?
Chaplain assistant. The chaplain is, you know, the
pastor.
The pastor, right? Yeah. So the chaplain assistant helps. Okay. Yeah. It's like an elder helping. Yeah. You know. So that was big. You know, his funeral and everything was big because not just him losing his life during that time, but, you know, the position that he held and him losing his life. It was bad.
Wow. So who sent those guys?
That's the so.
Oh, that was classified.
No, it's not classified. Okay. Everything I'm talking about, again, it's not classified. I can share with you. Again, most of it is online. So okay. I'm pointing you to the right direction. Okay. You know, we are fighting different enemies. but they all have the same goal and the same intent, right? To kill Americans.
Yeah.
So you have some groups of people that, like Iran will commission folks to, hey, if you kill American, you make money, right? So like they put bounties on American soldiers' heads, you know. And it's not the first time we've heard this, so there's nothing classified about that. You know, they do it. So you go through that, right? Besides getting blown up, all right, which it happens so often because they don't want to come out and fight you head on, right? So they'll set up IED, you know, and then your trucks roll over it, and you know, it takes you off. If you don't die, you'll be banged out, right? You will not be there.
Lose a leg, so during that whole thing, how many American soldiers died?
I think we lost. One is too many, but during that particular one, I think we lost 8.
Wow.
Yes, we lost 8, and it was bad. It was bad. Yeah.
Crazy, man. Military stories. It's very intense. So, hey, Charlie, Misty, what's the story in there? When I was about to kill a I was that is a wow story, Ankasa.
Oh yeah.
Like I always keep saying, military stories are the best because you hear something you don't normally get to hear what they say, because if you walk on the streets, you get so many people telling stories. But this is war zone. This is a whole different level crowd together. So that is Killer K story. One Killer K story. If you want more stories from Killer K, you just, you know, let me know in the comment section. We'll keep bringing him on because he has so many stories to tell. I wish you ever see a subscribe with your YouTube channel. That click on the one as well. Say new video be a baby ano. A fire that was saka. So we meet again, Abusia. Adios.